Alright everybody, hello! Today, as you can see, I'm gonna be playing X-Men Arcade, but from the Xbox 360, the, let's say, HD-ish version. I call it HD-ish because it's not quite full HD, you know what I mean? Um, it has some, like, aesthetical touches and differences here and there, and I think we have no music, so I'm gonna activate it for you right away.
X-Men.
Okay. I was messing around with some, especially the volume settings and all that, so that's why I ended up muting the music entirely until now. So yeah, this is based on the Konami arcade game from 1992. And as you can see, again, it will provide some aesthetical changes, a little bit of a clearer voice acting. You know, this particular version, or sorry, the original arcade game, as you can see, uses pretty much the whole horizontal screen. But that's the version for 6 players. Remember, there was a, I think it was a 2-player mode, a 3-player mode, and a 6-player mode, or cabinets rather. As you can see, okay, this one features only 4 players and 6 players, but the one for 4 players is basically a 4x3 typical squared resolution from the classic arcade game, but of course, if we're playing the 360 version, we're going to play something a little bit more enhanced. Not necessarily better. Probably better looking, I don't know. So we got different characters to pick from. I'm going to go for Wolverine. I remember playing a Cyclops back then, and I didn't like it all that much. Probably Wolverine will be all that better. In all honesty.
Humans could do nothing against the power of the evil mutants. The only hope is X-Men.
And as any arcade game from that time, especially beat 'em ups by Konami, are not easy at all. I'm not expecting this to be a walk in the park, but in the end it is, because you can credit fit through it. So, of course, those one credit clear purists probably will watch this and despise it and hate me for uploading such a shit gameplay video, but whatever. I'm here to enjoy the games, not to be good at them. Well, actually, the reason why I'm playing this on the Xbox 360 is because I'm planning to do actually another game for this system as my, let's say, main project for this channel. Well, and that clearly isn't X-Men. I mean, I wasn't setting up my Xbox 360, my capture card and all that just to play this arcade conversion. I have another game in mind, much longer. Not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, it's gonna be a bigger game from the early releases from that generation. But you know, as I was basically giving that game some quick tests, especially in the capturing, setting up part. I was checking out my list of games that I have here, and I was like, okay, why not taking a look at X-Men? A quick look at it, and do a quick playthrough while we are at it. Yeah, definitely Wolverine is a much better character to go with. He got a special, that you can use a couple of lives in a specific life. I think you sacrifice some health yourself, actually, if you use it from the very beginning. So I try to save it as much as possible, and basically for big crowds and boss battles, you will see me use that special a lot. Again, I use Cyclops when playing this on MAME, you know, the actual arcade version.
Will turn you to toast.
And even though I like the optical blast from Cyclops, it was pretty effective against crowds as well. I found Cyclops extremely slow. The jump kicks most of the time didn't work. Well, in this case, they're not all that great either. Probably it is a problem with my timing when pressing the attack button in the air. But as a whole, I prefer to use the Wolverine. For a fighting character. I remember also kind of enjoying Colossus. Or I remember watching someone and really digging Colossus as a playable character. I'm not sure if I can actually change characters if I lose a credit. I mean, if I can, for whatever reason, I guess I can choose Colossus and see if I enjoy it as much as I remember it, or I was just on drugs or something. So, how's everybody doing? I'm enjoying a long weekend. We got a holiday because of the country's independence. Okay, this one is actually pretty good, the special attack. Got good range. Again, the optical blast, apart from having range, the explosion can actually get other enemies that are nearby your original target, if you will. But this one can also cause similar effects. Yeah, now that I got little health, why not using special attacks? Yeah, get the three of them on the same row. Yeah, it's basically what happens when playing shoot 'em ups. You're like at 0 lives, right at the boss battle, and that you see that the boss got a shitty bullet pattern. What are you gonna do? Try to dodge the things, or use all the bombs you have? Especially if you have a lot of them. I mean, if you die, you're gonna lose the bombs. Same thing happens here. I mean, if I end up losing a life without using those special attacks, I will lose both the life and the special attacks. So spamming those is not a sin. It's not something bad. Do it if you have to. That triple kill, I think I'm digging that special attack more than the optical blast. Again, I only have those two characters as a reference, and maybe a little bit of Colossus, but haven't played as the others to really have a formed opinion. Okay, I don't really like when these enemies have invincibility frames when coming out of the door. X-Men. I mean, I knew that was gonna happen, but dude, I didn't want to overuse my special attack there, in that one part. Again, I'd rather save them for crowds and boss battles. There we go. I think it's the first enemy I ever kill with this jump attack. Yeah, we got a crowd there. And very little life. So it was definitely the time to use it. Alright, this guy.
Nothing moves the blob.
Well, that will change very shortly. Well, after I revive. So, it seems like I cannot change catchers. If I press the A button on the Xbox, I just reappear as Wolverine. And honestly, I don't mind. It's probably my favorite catcher in this arcade game. Yeah, I know it's a typical character to go to and fairly predictable. But you know, I consider myself a fan of generic catchers, or default catchers, whatever. Because they are the most balanced ones. Not yet. Okay. I haven't been doing all that bad, all things considered.
We have been taken by Magneto. However, we had time to locate their base on Island M. Destroy it.
Seems to be a trap. Well, this game in particular became well known because of one specific quote. And when this version got released, at least all of us who knew about Arcade X-Men were immediately wondering, will that quote gonna be corrected? Will that quote be corrected, sorry, in this version? And that's probably one of the reasons why I actually bought it, rather than just being a cool arcade game that I played on MAME and on actual arcades actually. The 4-player cabinet back in the day. Or in the early 2000s, it wasn't that long ago, but I mean 20 years, yeah, it's a while ago. But yeah, I remember watching it, playing it after I got to play it on emulators. So I wanted to buy it, but one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to take a look at it was basically out of curiosity to see if they fixed, again, fixed in quotes. And you know what phrase I'm talking about, right? Magneto's welcome to die. Yeah, it would take me forever to kill every single one of those. Same thing here. Special attack is the way to go. Now, when I get surrounded by enemies on each side, probably you're not gonna get killed immediately, but that's certain. You're certainly gonna take a beating. And that isn't pretty. As you can see here, as it happens in more than just one or two Konami beat-em-ups, you can actually hit the enemies on the floor. Something that established, I believe, Crime Fighters, and of course the sequels, like Vendetta. I don't know if you can do that actually in Violent Storm, which is the third part of the series. But you can also do that, I think, in Metamorphic Force as well. All of them Konami beat-em-ups that came out in late 90s and the first 2 or 3 years of the 90s. Some sort of Konami beat 'em up golden era of sorts. So here's a mini boss.
Wolverine.
So this is the level of the quote, right? Of Magneto's. I remember that happening in some waterfalls. So I assume we are nearby. Alright, let's bring them all together and do this. I wish I could have killed them all, but it's fine. Same thing here. I got little life, but one more extra attack. That extra attack are the orbs that appear right below the health bar. See why I had to use it? Yeah, here's the waterfall. Kind of a pain in the ass to hit that guy. Okay, let's have a listen.
X-Men, welcome to die.
Yeah, they didn't fix it. I mean, that certainly has been on purpose. The funny thing is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it seems like the voice acting quotes are like the same as the original. I mean, the quotes themselves are the same, but I think that the voice acting itself, it doesn't seem to be re-recorded, but it does sound better. The sound clips, or the voice clips, sounds higher quality. So even the Welcome to Die sounds better than in 1992, which is kind of funny. Okay, probably the easiest boss so far. Or maybe I was just spamming the attack a lot.
Kitty from the cave.
Well, many games of that time actually did the same thing about, you know, the voice acting part. Well, this game I also remember Back You Here arcade, not to be confused with the NES release, which is kind of a Mega Man clone. A very good one. Again, a lot of those games from the early 90s were very similar to one another. They share a lot of common features, apart from just, I mean, being Konami beat 'em ups. Some of the mechanics, some of the graphical elements, sound elements were pretty much the same, or very similar, I insist. That guy kind of looks like Iron Man, at least the colors. Okay, I didn't notice what was going on. Someone was hitting those robots, and it wasn't me. Hello, Iron Man. Oh, I still got one extra magic. With very little life, so why not using it? Another flying mini-boss that does pretty much the same attack as the bee or whatever thing we saw. Yeah, I was just gonna stay there.
Wolverine.
Okay, keep spawning babies after I kill them all. Elevators, of course. They have to be in a beat 'em up like this. There isn't a wide enemy variety, I gotta say, though. I mean, I like the game, I like the music, I like the graphics, I like the aesthetics, I like the boss battles. The controls are fine. The amount of the amount of characters you can play as. All those elements are pretty positive, but it feels like levels get, kind of drag on very quickly, and that happens not only because of the length of the levels themselves, but they provide the same thing over and over. The same 5 types of enemy that do the same thing. They can be reskinned, recolored, whatever, but they do the same thing and kind of drags on for a while. I mean, I would understand if there is a super wide variety of enemies, but make the stages a bit shorter than this. I mean, all those things considered, it is still a very short game. I mean, honestly, I hear myself complaining about it, and on the other hand, I am like, okay, I shouldn't have been even complaining about that. That's not really a valid reason for me to be complaining. Because the game is like 35-40 minutes long, which is kind of perfect for arcade games of this type. I mean, something similar can be said about many of the most popular Capcom beat 'em ups of the time. In the sense that they provide, kind of a similar cast of enemies, but they are much longer games, and somehow people like them more. Okay, I didn't die yet. So I wonder, you fight them the same way as the ones in Ninja Turtles? One hit at a time, then go away?
Wolverine.
Alright, let's use one. Oh shit. Yeah, one is enough. I always love these explosions in this game. It's massive and very noisy as well. Kind of makes it more interesting. Grounded. What is this? You complete level 4 without jumping. Okay, that's something I didn't even want to do, or attempted to do at all. As you can see, I already got a bunch of achievements. At some point in the past, I played it through. Obviously, don't remember when. But like I said at some point of the video, I'm playing this and recording this, even though being a short game, because oh shit. Okay, the best part of the playthrough yet. The main reason why I set up my 360 is because I want to play another game as my main project for the channel. It's gonna be a much longer game than this, but while we're at it, as I said before, why not doing a quick run of this cool conversion? I don't have that many short games like this on the 360, in all honesty. So when you set up your console, especially for recording purposes, in order to record one specific game,
The White Queen welcomes you to die.
now, she welcomed me to die Is there a real quote in the original arcade, or they basically re-recorded it for the purpose of the funny joke? Yeah, let's overexploit the Welcome to Die joke and get it even beyond. I don't know. But I've been welcomed to die again. And that's actually an achievement. After I'm done with this part, I'll show you.
Wolverine.
Can I take a look at the achievements right now? Here. Alright. Here, you were welcomed to die by the White Queen. So, yeah. I love the self-awareness. In games. I end up using the special attack more often than I would like. Because some of these enemies move too fast. They're difficult to approach. I don't want to get too close to them. So I try to hit them quickly when I get closer to them, but if I failed, or they move away from me for whatever reason, I just force myself to use the special attack. Yeah, load them all together. And you kill a bunch. That's always super satisfying. So yeah, I don't want to get... I don't like enemies to get away from me that much, because they're gonna shoot something at me. So we got these guys. Actually, this enemy reminds me a lot of a boss in The Punisher, I believe. I was thinking of Captain Commando, but no, I think a boss that looked like this, but a lot more massive, was a boss in The Punisher beat-em-up game. Okay, that was some massive killing.
Juggernaut will flatten you.
Well, he certainly did flatten me. Okay, I just wasted special attack.
Wolverine.
Yeah, I always use the invisibility frames after reviving to see if I can do a full combo, which I failed at. Use it again. Still not dead after that. After all that. Okay.
X-Men, nice job. Magneto is over there. Follow me.
Don't go! It's a trap! Nice laugh.
Ah, you fell into our trap.
It's not quite a trap, it's just an extra level. And now all of these stage traps that kind of remind me more of the Ninja Turtles games. Again, similarities between all of these Konami beat-em-ups are easy to detect, I think. Yeah, in such narrow space, just use the freaking special attack, whatever. shamelessly. And now spam the attack button like there is no tomorrow. Same thing here. So I have to attack the machine in the worst possible spot. That always happens. I attempt to do something smart and it ends up being the worst possible decision. Well, this is the opposite of a bad decision. Okay, I fucking hate enemy priorities like this. I've been pressing the button like a crazy motherfucker. And now I see a bunch of the first boss made a regular enemy. They take a while actually, they took a while to do that. Which is a basic principle of beat 'em ups. Recycle the first boss and make it a regular enemy from the second level onwards.
Wolverine.
Yeah, the game is getting tougher. The game, sorry, in general, is getting tougher. Not just a level. Like every enemy wave, it's worth using the special attack. And it looks like the enemies are having more priorities when attacking. I haven't even taken care of these enemies, and I already triggered the boss. Well, speaking of enemy priorities, it's fine, they're bosses. They have to have a higher priority than myself. Okay, I thought I wasted the two special attacks, but in the end they were super effective. See, I attacked them a lot, and it's not enough. So the game really wants me to be like inside of the enemy, as wrong as that sounds, and attacking from there. There's no way to attempt a strategic range attack like this. It's just mere coincidence, though, because you see me attack him, and that clearly isn't enough until I get much closer. And when I get closer, of course, I get hurt. But yeah, see, the TMNT strat, quote unquote, kind of applies here as well. Hit him once, get away. Hit him once, get away. Got him. Okay.
X-Men! Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the giant sentinel.
So I guess I'll's the real Professor X. Final stage. On the moon, of sorts. With more Iron Man, but now golden. Like I said, it's not a super long game. It's one of those cases when you start to get, not bored, it's not the word, but tired of the repetitiveness. You realize that we are near the end. We are getting near the end. So it stops right on time before you can say, okay, this is getting boring. Alright. Yep. That was definitely the better idea. I can't destroy a single one of these guys, like, just in my first attempt to attack him. I always like hit the air and end up getting attacked. I certainly don't calculate the spaces well enough. In other words, I'm bad at beat 'em ups. Yeah, I could have used the special attack more often. I wasted 2 of them in that previous life. So many of these guys. Now they're spamming enemies all day.
Nothing moves the block.
Okay, now we got boss rush, but in duos. Well, actually more than just duos.
Wolverine.
It's getting crowded. So if you use your special attack, use it on the 3 enemies if you can, like it just happened. Alright, got 2 of them. She didn't welcome me to die again. Which is a shame. Okay. More bosses. Well. Just as I wanted to surprise them with special attack, both of them surprised me with their range attacks. Alright, that was awesome. I'm well aware of that. I could have used another special attack. I have to pay more attention to that. Because when I think I'm done with the special attacks because I have low health, I stopped using it entirely and just let myself get killed. Hey, did I find strat? Not quite. Because enemy priorities are always this shitty. In every game, no matter which one it is. No, it was her. That scream. So yeah, finally rescue Professor X.
That was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men.
It's just me. One X-Man. Final boss.
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
And all the very well-known quotes.
Die.
Oh, he can reject my special attack with his special attack and with a shield.
X-Chicken, you are dead.
X-Chicken, you are dead!
I kill you, X-Chicken.
See, the tempo to these quotes is exactly the same as the arcade. That's why I still think that they weren't re-recorded. They just took them from the original game and basically they sound better, more clear.
You are nothing. You are nothing. Ha! You shall meet with my wrath. You
He sure likes to talk a lot.
are helpless against my power. You are dead.
You are dead!
Wolverine. Ha! Ha! You are dead.
Yeah, I have to spam the special attack. Even with full health.
You are dead.
No, I'm still alive.
You are
Okay, that was a nice bunch of consecutive attacks. You die! Okay, that was cool. Okay, I won't turn off the console. So yeah, the game took exactly 40 minutes. Magneto is defeated, X-Men succeed to rescue the Professor and return Earth with a victory. But still the battle against the threats of the evil, blah blah blah. Yeah, the note says that the game is not over yet, but in reality we all know that it did end. It is over. It just gives you a second loop, but in essence, the game ends. Yeah, you continue playing after this. That's why the game is not over as such. When it should be, really. I mean, there is a much more to see of this game. So like I said, it's a fun title, fine conversion, with a little bit of self-awareness, which I always love. Basically re-editing the Welcome to Die quote and reusing it from another enemy. I don't know if that quote from the White Queen actually appeared in the original arcade, not sure. So someone who knows probably can let me know about that, or I can watch a playthrough on YouTube or something. But that was funny, nonetheless. In terms of the aesthetic elements, I like it, but probably I would have liked something more HD-ish, but really, beggars can't be choosers. I think this is fine enough. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned because the next game is also going to be an Xbox 360 title, but much longer than this. I basically played this because we could, and it was short enough, short and sweet, and I wanted to take a look at it while we are preparing the longer playthrough coming up. So, thank you guys, take care.